Yep, it's honestly been a while since we last tackled, mystery dungeons, and we are pretty much approaching the end here, like, well, since I last replayed this, and boy, let me tell you, like, things gonna be a little bit more high stakes, because, well, I don't have steamroll, so I cannot use, like, electrons at all, and that makes all those ground moves potentially deadly, but, I mean, I could get lucky, because, let me tell you, Magma Cavern is literally, like, it is literally like the point of entry where you gotta get training, otherwise you will die. But screw it, like, I really want to be brave enough for it. But I may do a little bit of training, like, the dojo for it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay. Alright, everything's activated, let's get going. And again, I really do hope that they, like, consider, like, remaking, like, Explorers in the future, cause that one has, like, a little bit more expanse than the first game. As long as they sort of implement some stuff, like, back to normal, like, basic attacks, cause using moves all the time can be problematic. So let's do a little bit of training, like, before we head out to Magma Cavern. Since we did get a bunch of golden tickets, thanks to all those rescue missions we did. Yeah, we got 7. And we're gonna give Kaya a bit of a like, a pickup. Alright, Electric Maze time. And we got a Chrono, like, in our way. Oh, that's bad. Especially with the bubble. And we already get critted. It's gonna burn some time. Okay, let's let Auto, sort of, like, bring us to our enemies a little bit closer, even though we still can't, like, we can't, like, actually, like, attack them from far away, which makes it a bit annoying. At least quick attack can still, like, do chip damage. There we go, Chronon, I need you closer. Oh darn, I hate it when the moves attack, like, multiple times, because that means you're gonna be wasting time. Can I get one more kill? I can. Alright, leveled up to 33. Not what? Like, they still could do better. Yep, let's keep going. Like, this makes it really handy, like, if you don't want to be doing, like, the higher level dungeons, like, over and over for rescues. Oops. Considering it slow down. Alright, there we go. Okay, a critical quick attack. At least, he's softened. Dang it. Good that I went to get those 2 corners. Alright, a little bit better than last time since I didn't faint. But never mind, I did faint after all. And through the corner too, which is annoying. Oh well, at least I got revenge. That's enough for another level. There we go. Now I got the room clearing move. Even though it won't matter much in the. Even if unfortunately it won't matter much in Magma Cavern. You know, let's try and squeeze in as much experience as possible. Cause Groudon is no joke. Literally. least all that's putting me close enough in one range. You know, I can't do anything about anything that's like a bit ahead of me. And something I have to watch out for with the case of Groudon is that, like, it'll have the ability Drought, so that way I will not be able to, like, Drought unfortunately will weaken my water attacks. You know, like, Glider get closer. Oh, good, they're lined up perfectly. But I mean, Ice Fang and Grass Knot could stand to be, like, workable for Groudon. Of course, like, Earthquake could be trouble. I mean, if I can have the... But if I use Orbs that lets me, like, move faster, I could be able to potentially work it. Because unfortunately, like, for Kite to learn, Agility, it's, like, in the 40s, and I think that's kind of overkill. But at least try and get everybody, like, to level 35. I think that's a decent enough, stopping point. But I will need to, like, check over my bag of orbs. He's now at Discharge. We can be free to, like, attack everything in the room, like, without any troubles. Of course, I might need to shove in, like, some vitamins, like, so that way, like, Discharge isn't, like, you know, isn't accuracy prone to miss. It definitely pays to use, like, your accuracy drinks on room moves. Maybe I should make myself learn Rain Dance so that way I can potentially, like, remove Drought. Yep, that's the beauty of Drought and that's the beauty of Discharge. Okay, one last second, derp. I didn't make you to level 36. Nope. Their health's now a solid 100. Yes, and let's give Absol, like, Absol some training. Favorite bees. Well, I don't know about trading Ditto, because, like, unfortunately, like, getting hidden abilities is kind of iffy for Generation 3. Or actually, wait, they haven't existed till Generation 5, I think, yeah. So, no Prankster, yeah, no Prankster. And here's Axel. Yeah, they are a couple levels behind. I got 2 levels. And while I could give him Razor Wind, it's unfortunately like a 2-turn charge, which is pretty weak. What? No, they're surprisingly frail for quick attack. Then again, Absol is primarily physical. I think Absol may be quick enough to like catch up like a level 35. And they're fast enough to one-shot quick attacks, except for like if Beldum's like live long enough. Alright, wow, Axel definitely cleaned house. Yeah, I'll do one more training session with Axel, just that way they're like not a level behind. And also, I'm running out of gold tickets. And the effectiveness does run low. Alright, one final romp through the maze. And hopefully my back situation's good. Oh darn it, not that unfortunately. And thankfully counter isn't like effective if it's like a killing blow. And Lord knows that's a bother in Fire Emblem where like if you don't kill him, like you just get major damage to you. Right, that's mostly I think in Awakening, cause in the Talos games counter isn't as well used by the enemy, and when you use it, it's not as effective. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh my god, so quit missing. Oh, darn it. Would have liked one more. Thankfully it's enough to, have them meet us. What? No HP? Okay, let's check out our back situation. I'll take a look at, actually take a look and see if I can't learn, I'll see if I can't learn, yeah, let's see if I can't remember something good. Nope, there's no, there isn't any, nope, I have to get a TM for Rain Dance, but I don't know if I have one. I do have some stuff I could stand to lighten. I really don't want to go use a chest notes anymore, because I mean, they just do a bit. Oh, I need an apple. And to check out what we can buy, I'm gonna stuff all my gold ribbons. Okay, let's see if there's anything in the TM shop I can't use. Whoops, didn't mean to organize. Alright, a solid 7,500. And let's see what you got. Solar Beam, Smackdown, Earthquake. No, Earthquake is a bad idea. It's already on the floor. Not usable, unfortunately. Yeah, sadly, I don't think any of them are usable except a Rock Slide, which won't really work with ground types. Maybe something in the item shop can do. Okay, that's not really a good thing, because it's only really useful for monster houses. Not really good, because Groundhog's not really one of the sling status effects, unless if you're a grass type and it uses a Fire Blast. So I think good for now. No, I should store all my money. Okay, I want to do this. Okay, max ether. Let's pop in one more camp. let's do Waterfall Lake. Nope, cause yeah, everything there like, and the age area, like, that's only really for unknowns, and you can't really find them like until like well, after the game's story. Alright, now it's time to be like a little bit more aggressive about our item situation. Let's check out our TMs. Only Volt Switch is usable, and that's physical. One can also be beneficial. Of course, since Ground is a boss type, it's gonna be like or since Ground's a boss type, it's gonna be like less effective than usual. Aha! All Power Orb. No need for equipment. We will take 2 big apples, since it does fill up a bit more than a regular apple. And 2 Max Ether, so that way it completely fills all the moves if needed. Wow, I definitely have a lot of citrus berries. I could definitely use that for max HP boosting, and then 2 more Auron berries and 2 more tiny revivers. There's no difference between like the difference between a tiny and a regular reviver seed is that the regular one also fills power points and belly, which I mean it could be helpful like when doing those solar dungeons, but you'd mostly want to be using tiny reviver seeds. 25 out of 48, that should be good enough. Alright, now before we head out, before we talk to Kai to actually go to Magma Cavern, we'll head to the campsite to distribute our item stat boosters before we head out. We'll give them a citrus berry because their HP is a bit on the low end. And some extra damage isn't that bad either. Whoops, that's special attack. Should have given the calcium to Cayenne Dumb. Alright. Time to drink up. And I mean, even though we are gonna be dealing with ground types, I may as well just use the drinks on discharge. There we go, now it's less likely to be missing. Oh, I can't do any more accuracy boosting. Oh well, at least give discharge a little bit more attacking time. Need a little bit more. Okay, can't go any higher anymore. And I'll get discharge a little bit of a power squeeze. I'm gonna get kind of a little bit of defense in the special department. Let's see what my health scenario is like. Okay, guess we can use a little bit more health. Okay, gonna give 3 more citrus to Absol. And then then I'll give the remaining 4 to Kai so that way they can have a bit of a better chance of surviving. If there is any earthquakes or earth powers I gotta be careful of. I am gonna use the last of my gummies just to see if I can't be lucky with Steamroll. If not, then I'll just grin and bear it. Alright, I got 1 DX for like a chance. Okay, attack boost. And the quality is blast control isn't really that effective. As well as just reducing damage from explosions, which is only really for traps and like barrels that use explosives. Any time for some random stacking and hopefully some more rare qualities. Okay, type formation. I'll definitely take it over PowerPoint Pouch because type formation is great for reducing damage from wide moves, which should count for Earthquake. Since the quality mentions magnitude, it should also apply to Earthquake. Alright, explosive growth rate. Now, keep type formation, though if I do get Steamroll, I will replace it. Dang, 2 3s. And good that they aren't special attack, otherwise that would be a waste. Okay, keep type formation. Squat up, kind of useless because I already have that on my person. Nope. Evasive rhythm is kind of debatable since I have to get hurt by it. And hurt to actually use the move in. Oh well. At least I got a better quality for long reach moves. I mean wide moves. Anyways. Alright, it's time. It's time. First, we're gonna take a nap. Time for another dream sequence. Good to see that Gardevoir has faith in us. But it's gonna have to be completely blind for this. That's interesting to hear. That's a bit interesting to hear. Now we can't dwell on that long enough. Now it's time to head underground. Hang on, since this is a new day, let's recheck the shops. Bulldoze, surf, waterfall. Nah, I don't need surf because that's a special move. Versus waterfall, but maybe the option was something. Escape, health, roll call. could be useful for like yeah, it's useful for, yeah, it could be useful for type formation. Yeah, let's pick that up as a way to sort of cluster everybody together. Let's organize quickly. All right, here we go. Magma Cavern time. All the way over there. Alright, let's depart. And yep, the music is really like tense here. Also, if you're a grass type, you may find suffrage with the fire types. But the ground types, ground and rock types, you have free reign to be completely like completely damaging to them. And yep, thanks to discharge, we don't have to worry about like any room surprises. Hey, there we go. Yeah, Paraticates are definitely like definitely a bit of the tanky department. Okay, no staircases yet. Oh jeez. Yeah, thankfully magnitude is like is working. As yeah, now you got ground types with awful area moves like magnitude and earthquake, which is pretty much doomed if you're playing with an electric type partner or yourself as an electric type. Which makes it all the more painful if you don't have bulldoze. See what that is? Heal ribbon. And it really makes the big rooms all the more scary, because you do not want to be jumped by sand shrews. Sand shrews are other ground types. Type advantage. Sadly, I can't do enough of it. Oh boy, now this is a tough one. Like I can take them with me, but the problem is that if they have like earthquake, I'll unfortunately be hurting myself. So yeah, I'm not gonna be recruiting anything like for this visit. Okay, stairs are right here. Wait, there's a iron dig up. Okay, max elixir. Okay. Geo pebbles. Yeah, I'm moving a bit just to get like just get the discharge going. Okay, I'll let Sanchu walk over. I think we didn't discharge right there. Hey, you got travelers. I think I could be fine with taking them, since I don't think their area moves spamming. Okay, Crobat. Okay, thank goodness for the double attack. Okay, they're frozen. And discharge combo to oblivion. Okay, let's search up. Okay, money and the stairs. And I think the more I recruit, the more I'll be able to reduce damage from magnitude and earthquake. Okay, need a queen. Okay, small stomach. That's definitely handy to maximize my apples. I mean my apples. Let's head this way. Okay, the stairs are down there. Got a grappler to take care of. One more item down there. Oh, dang it. Ah, crud. Yep, I'm already using Reviver Seed because the dang Grappler using Magnitude. Oh, shoot. Well, that was dumb. Really ate through 2 Reviver Seeds right there. Hopefully nothing spawns in heading back to the stairs. Okay, one spawned, but thankfully they're asleep. I think we kill him right there. I'm gonna level up. Alright, Kai leveled up. I'm definitely in pain here. Let's take him along to boost up type formation. I will eat an Oron Berry to make sure I don't keel over. I swear these enemy clusters make me nervous. And there's a Graveler. Just gonna lead him over. And right behind us, unfortunately. Little Queen. Hope we can't recruit a crow, that's nothing. Thankfully this area is not a monster house. Oh, darn it. Okay, thankfully it's a lot less damaging now. Now that I have a big party here. So even those weak to magnitude can hurt me. Never mind. Never mind, it's still being painful to those that are around here. Actually, never mind. I just realized that, like, even though they know magnitude, like, they're not actually using it. Okay, Screech. It's a sharp enemy defense drop, but unfortunately, like, it does mean need a play of accuracy. Okay, there's the stairs. Yeah, let's move on. You know, there's one item down there. Missed. Alright, that's a little up. And now everybody's 36. Oh boy, look at the room right here. Wand, stay away. Okay, that stings. Let's see what's going around the corner. Ah, shit, they're now twice as fast. Man, I'm slowed down thanks to Bulldoze. It's here. Carvos. Alright, thankfully Kai took care of the Growler behind us with Grass Knot. Okay, box to throw. Yep, let's move on. Okay. Environment's changed now. Okay, full hold. Okay, they're not going down, so we can be safe to go this way. And now we're seeing fire types. Up, my fire... My waterfall ran out. Better refuel up. Need more money. Yeah, I'm definitely playing with fire here with bringing along these ground type weeks. Stairs are being a bit finicky this time. Up here they are. We're locked. Okay, wow, that's a fast staircase right there. Alright. Clear Smog's not really like that effective a move, like maybe if you're working to decrease like stats, etc. repeatedly. Also pointless if it's your own buff. Okay, got a funky room right here, all for money. Which is a bit bad if using if you have fire types surrounding you, cause they can move cleanly over lava. Okay, they got Flame Plume, but thankfully they're not repeatedly using it after a one-time use. I think I'm full on recruits, which unfortunately like more rare qualities that involve defense. Like one that boosts your defense every time you're hurt. Really handy. Okay, Mawile. These staircases are right here. Okay, more pebbles. And thankfully there's not gonna be that many, thankfully there's not as many, ground types, so Kai can use, discharge freely. Okay, let's see. Max Ether and money. That's the last room. Let's beat Mawile in. Okay, more power to waterfall. A random TM and oh shoot. And hopefully they can take care of the Magmar. We have. Now let's see what this is. Hyper Beam. Unfortunately, I don't think anybody can learn it. Heavy rotation. Let's see what that's all about. Okay, pretty much a critical rate booster, like if you're just repeating moves. I'm gonna try to bait Magmar. Thankfully, they're out of range for using Fire Blast on me. Ah, Steamroll! Excellent! Excellent! Let's get rid of the Magmar that does not have it. There we go. Now Kai will be able to, like, freely fire off Discharge even on ground types. Especially Groudon, too. darn it. Flame burst. Ah, crud. And my cargo. I'm gonna give up one of my extra growlers. And heal me up with an Oron. Let's see what's over here. Money. Yeah, Steamroll is gonna be really handy, especially since I have Discharge to handle like big rooms. Okay, wow, staircase right away. And poor Arbok, they're gonna get jumped on. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, no quality. You know, I already have the steamroll quality. Oh, darn, I'm burned. Now I have to take the stairs. And you have to get burned yourself if you get, like, swapped into a lava tile, and you're not a fire type, or flying type. Alright, 414. Oh my goodness, so many reds. And I think one's asleep. Yep. Cargo. Wake up call. Die. Okay, stairs are right there, but there's one item box right there. And there's a couple items right there I haven't seen yet. Okay, I was worried they were gonna go down, but nope. Okay, a long skinny room. Alright, let's see what Mawel has. Okay, they don't have a rare quality, but I don't have one. Let's say goodbye to the last Growler, does not have a rare quality. Okay, discharge is all out. We'll see on the next floor if it's the halfway point or not. Okay, it's not the halfway point, so... excuse me. So I should use... yeah, I should use one of the max ethers. On discharge... Alright, they can handle a Mawel behind us. Let's see what's in this glowing pile. Okay, another max elixir. Oh, whoops, we're gonna go in the tunnel. Ooh, nice stairs. And I ran out of waterfall again. Okay, they have sales pitch. Which beats out this Macargo. Alright, let's refuel on waterfall again. So I was a bit worried that I would have to, like, you know, restart my run because of those sudden magnitudes. But thankfully, thankfully pressing on, worked. Because, yeah, the rare qualities, it really makes the game, like, you know, pretty easy. Oh, darn it. They're not moving. I'm getting beaten by Flame Burst over and over. Okay, no quality after Flame Bursting me so many times. Okay, straight shot to the stairs. Let's see what this seed is. Totter seed. It could come in handy for Groudon. Since since it more or less, like, throwing it makes him dizzy. But yeah, discharge really helps out with, room clearing. Especially if the room is a monster house, and also if you happen to find steamroll. Dude, this is Mock Ribbon, basically a speed boosting item. Here we go. I was like, come on, Nido Queen, you can do this. Cause normally, like, cause you can't use poison moves on steel types, but with steamroll, you pretty just ignore immunities. Okay, thank God the gust trap did not send me away from the stairs, otherwise that would have been bothersome. Alright, coughing right behind us. I took care of it. Pink, glowing floor, Big Apple. And an enemy right behind us. Okay, more pebbles. Kai doing his best to hit him. And thankfully, yep. All good. Hey, stairs. Let's go deeper. Oh yeah, the magma cavern is really far for our dungeon. Okay. Okay, Natura's healing could come in handy. What to give up? I guess small while. Higher health is definitely handy. Ah, shoot. Well, that was terrible. They had to get jump scared by a Macargo that had shell smash. And I got burned in the process too. Well, that was a dumb scenario. Ow. Now we gotta find the stairs to leave. And yep, they could just bulldoze right on. Either they have lightning rod, it doesn't matter. A cloister. Maybe they can come in handy Okay, we'll pop them an apple. Riled up. That definitely could come in handy, cause now if I get hurt, like I'll boost attack and special attack. Of course, I hope I don't get like a lava plume to death again. That was just dumb. Okay, no stairs yet. Ooh, glowing floor. Ooh, reviver seed, good. Yep, this is definitely a far dungeon. This is gonna be a long one. Yeah, thank God for getting the steamroll Magmar. Okay, stairs are right there. There's 2 items right here. Okay, poison. Another max elixir. Sheesh, I've been getting so many of those. Sand slash. Thrown item boost. Nah, I don't like. Well, I could use the pebbles. Like, it's pretty like limited. Riled up is definitely gonna make ground on a little bit more faster. Alright, 421. Some scattered treasures. Now to cure some incoming But yeah, I imagine how tough it must have been in the original game to, like, you know, play this if you happen to use, like, a Pikachu. As either a partner or yourself. Okay, no stairs yet. Okay, they should be above. And I looked at odd having, like, a Coffee and Grimer, considering, well, for the case of Grimer, they're weak to ground, but Coffee can use Levitate. And another Max Elixir. And I'm really glad I used those PowerPoint up drinks on discharge, because otherwise I would have had to use a lot of Max Elixirs. Okay. Full seal. Potentially pick that up. I just need to eat one more plain seed. Okay, full belly. Let's move on. Okay. Not at the halfway point yet. Okay. Hang on, got a bit of a... Damn it, cease. Excuse me. Okay, hunger trap. Not as terrible. Thanks to small stomach. Okay, you really need to be careful with Grimers, because poison would be terrible. I mean, even though I have a Pecha Berry to limit down the effectiveness of that move. But yeah, Discharge Steamroll is scary. I'll take a free drink. Hey, let's check out the room behind us. Maybe that has the stairs. No, it does not. So it should be one of these two over here. Hey, here it is. Yep, we are definitely down into the earth. Okay, that's a bunch of violence and big enemies, which means Onyx. Yep. And let me tell you, these Pokemon were jump scare in the GBA games, because they are big. They're big and their sprites are creepy looking. Oops. Let me see. Yeah, I can pass up my cargo for like the missed heal that I lost. Alright, now the place up ahead is a monster room, so I'm gonna switch to Kai. Cause I can do this. Yep, discharge one round. And ironically, like, you can recruit Pokemon, like, from a farther distance. The only ones that live where the Onyx is. Whoops, meant to use Discharge. Oh well, we still use Grass not to, completely obliterate them. Yep. Yep, have an AoE move, and use, and you can just clean house, like, right there. And let's make room for this orb. Ooh, Revive All, that can be helpful. That can be helpful for the boss battle. We'll give out Soul Carlos. Let's see what's in the sparkling floor. That's another big apple. Yeah, I think I'll take it. Just need to use a regular apple. Wow, hunger trap right away. Okay, no stairs just yet. Okay, here it is, and the wand. But yeah. Yeah, talk about having a stroke of luck, because if I hadn't found, like, a steamroll, I definitely would not have taken the risk of going into the monster house. Alright, we reached the halfway point. We could empty out our wares of all the extra held items, because we can't give these to our partners. The environment's now definitely a little bit more like tense here. Let's restock on our orons and tiny revivers. Alright, here we go. Time to delve even deeper into the magma cavern pit. We got a golem right behind us. Thankfully, one-rounded. Oh yeah, there's now Steelixes. Oh yeah, now we got Steelix in the fray too. Okay, that sting. Thankfully, it did not paralyze me. Okay, stairs are right there, but there is another item right here. And lucky ribbon. Move it, golem. Alright. Here's another sleep big one over there. I already have a Grimer, so no need to grab another. Okay, minimize. A little bit bad if I don't have my accuracy boosts. Nope. Okay, an enemy coming up on top, but Kai should handle. Oh, darn it. I don't want my accuracy dropped. Nope. He was an Onyx, but thankfully nobody died. Jeez, the stairs are nowhere. Okay, here they are. Glowing floor. Okay, good, a tiny reviver. Oh wow, we already reached the end. Well, not yet. It's probably a cutscene. Yeah, now we're approaching the source of the earthquakes. Oh no, we have reached the end. Let's charge our Tyranitar, but where's Alakazam? So he's still fighting. Better give him a hand, though. Alright, here we are. Yep. white. Yep, now it's time. He's up against the poster where Son Ruby brought on himself. I mean, there's drought. And yet that's a unique quirk. We're pretty much all scattered about. And also, those markers right there, now I mean we'll get burned if we make contact. Now then, it's time to turn on double team. Alright, time to use roll call. Why not? And yep, there's a superpowered precipice blades. And there's the magma. Unfortunately. And their attack went down at least. Oh, there we go. They're majorly slow now. Let's add insult to injury by making him dizzy. Toss. Alright. The paralysis is still kicking in, and there we go. Now they're even weaker. Yeah, they're close enough to be able to use my ice moves. Okay, they're poisoned. So they poison on a boss is not effective. The unfortunate ward's gonna shove everybody backwards. Thankfully the magma's not hitting where it needs to. Oh damn, Hammer really went wide. Alright. Yep, even with the full party, Groudon is heavy on damage here. Oh, we did it! Yeah, Precipice Blades is scary. Not as room clearing as Earthquake or Magnitude, but still very deadly. Oh, there we go. We got him. Yeah, boy, let me tell you, if I did not have, if I didn't find Steamroll, I definitely would not have been able to do this quickly. So I guess we calmed it down then. Oh, wait, why are quakes happening if we already beaten Groudon? So we'll find out right now. Let's open up our items. Alright, let's get everybody on with us. But yeah, Magma Cavern is scary. And seriously, props to Magma being the GOAT for this run. So yeah, if I have not been able to do paralysis, I definitely would have been in trouble. Alright, we have come back. Oh, that's some fast news. Yeah, we definitely hit it big here. Wait, what was that? Who is it? Oh, it's Zatu. Uh-oh. Yep. A big meteor incoming to the planet. Oh boy, that's big. And apparently that's been the cause of everything. And if it lands... Yep, we gotta ask Rayquaza. Master of the Skies. Right. Yep. Yep, after Groudon, we now have to go all the way up into the clouds. Yeah, this will be dangerous. Alright, let's make some last minute preparations. Critical prevention. Let's keep our big apples actually. And we'll keep max elixirs handy. Okay, we'll keep the orbs handy. We'll take one tiny reviver seed out of storage. Alright. Let's see the shots for any last minute changes. Dragon Claw, Blizzard. Only thing I can potentially use is Dragon Claw. Though I don't want to get rid of Ice Rain, because that's pretty much my best shot to use against Rayquaza's 4 times weakness. Let's see the regular item shop. Sadly, no orcs give me a hand. Do a deposit. Okay, I'll keep the extra armberry handy. Okay, no camps. Okay, let's give everybody one more talk before we talk to Kai. Oops, didn't mean to talk again. Oh, I gotta, like, move around. There we go. Yep, not as legendary as Groudon, but thankfully not as type cumbersome. Yep, let's make our way to the sky now. Well, after a good night's rest again. This is a different dream sequence now. I'd say it's more nightmare. Unfortunately, it's Gengar. He's still being annoying here. And it looks like we thankfully got help. Yeah, thankfully Gardevoir gave us a hand. Yep. Apparently now it's time for the full reveal. Yep. Apparently came to be a savior of the world. Yep. A little bit of a Isekai moment right there. Yep, apparently not just power. Oh, so that's why the memories are gone. Honestly, that's pretty impressive, like, you know, like a decision making right there, like literally willing, like, you know, to forget your memories. Or for the sake of letting yourself, like, see if you are worthy for this. Yep, let's roll for this place. But yeah, stopping the meteor means leaving. Yeah, cause if we don't stop the meteor, then like we'll lose him, like, you know, badly. So we're gonna have to, like, you know, leave to save Kai and everyone. Yep. It's time for the last day in the Pokemon world. So we should be finding levels. And moves too. You know, before we go, I'm gonna, like, disable, quick attack. I mean, double team. Oh wait, no, I have to do that in the dungeon. Oh well. Actually, hold up. Before we leave... time to do some last-minute checkings. Psychic... Nah, none of those are usable. Even Dark Pulse is just like, you know... like, special. Reset. Like, it's a little bit funny, because Awaken is kind of a weird situation when the enemy uses it, of course. Now, a little bit of a funny combination you can do with the Link move is, if a Pikachu learns Agility, you combine that with Discharge to really, like, deliver Earth, while also to improving your team. With speed beyond comprehension. Alright, let's get the Magnemites. Let's give everybody one last round off. Alright. Oh, you're Butterfree. Yeah. And I think all that happened way back there. Alright. We are off now. There it is, Sky Tower. And we are on our way. It looks like they're doing something. Yep, we're definitely gonna need that if we want to, like, go to the Sky Tower. Trouble. Right. Can use this to fly up. Yep, we'll still be on our way. Yeah. Yep, this will be our final journey. Away we go. Okay, thankfully we did not fall all the way back to the Earth. That would have been a bad way to use a gem right there. Yep, we are literally like on top of the clouds here. And there's the last story dungeon. Rayquaza's sitting all the way at the top of Sky Pillar. Sky Tower. And if you're familiar with this, and if you recognize this music from somewhere, it was actually the first, it's the first half of the Mysterious Dimension from Pokérode. Before they updated, of course. Okay, glowing floor, big apple, and a quick orb. Discharge is gonna be like easy for room cleaning because thankfully there's no ground types to worry about discharge not working. You have to watch out for Shuppets though, because if they use Curse, like it's really bad. It's really bad if it's in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, because like in the original game, it will slice up health like over time, unless you go on to the next floor, of course. Dang! Oh, wow, strong quick attack. Alright, Lunatone's gone. Alright, let's move on. Like Magma Cavern, this area is pretty long. Ow. The enemies here too reflect the strength. Here's the stairs. And an opening to strike. Let's see what these seeds are. Totter. And of course I just realized that Absol's like where quality's not gonna matter anymore. Since we're not gonna be facing it off against like earthquakes anymore. Right, let's lead Lunatone over. We need good criticals. Those ignored stat changes. Alright, 2 items. And Kai can just do his thing and utterly demolish everything that walks into the room. Alright, let's move on. Floor 4. Oh, that's fast. Yeah, Masquerine definitely handy for discharge targeting. Shuppet's a bit troublesome because because Quick Attack won't work on it because it's a ghost type. Every little bit helps. Okay, we're fine here. Let's keep going. Okay, floor 5, and yep, that's a monster room right there. Because items aren't evenly spaced out. Thankfully, I have discharge to handle those rooms. Stairs are there. I can just ignore the room if I want to. But I really want to see those treasures. Something to note about ghost types, they can walk through like walls. But of course, like if you try to do it as a player, like you make your belly like drain way fast. Alright, let's switch over to Kai so that way they can handle this. Or hold up. Okay, I'm fine with discharge PowerPoint, so I can be safe to just go ham. Alright, discharge powers, go! I gotta make sure I keep using discharge and not a different move. Alright, full room wipe. And it was enough to get myself a level up. Okay, let's plow the treasures here. Okay, under trap. Apple, faux hold. Nice elixir. Lost berry, faux seal. Alright, those will definitely come in handy. It would have been nice if I found that trading tile sooner, so that way it could have given discharge some extra abilities. Or well, stat buffs. Oh well. Yeah, I don't know if you could be able to recruit Pokemon on your first go here. Yeah, this is like literally like one of the rare times you actually see ghost Pokemon. Oof, blast trap. That stung a lot. Okay, slumber, faux hold. Alright, rain. And yep. Up here in the Sky Tower, the weather can be really sporadic. Yep, sunny, rainy, or cloudy. But thankfully no hail or sandstorm can happen here. Unless if a barrel knows that move. Alright, Axel should be close to leveling up themselves too. Alright, don't need slam. Alright, there we go. Another level up. Okay, they can learn Psycho Cut, which I will off-detect. There we go. Now they have an option against fighting types. Alright, time to refill on discharge, because yeah, discharge is really good. I mean, even if it's not on your partner Pokemon, and even if it's not yourself or your partner Pokemon, because you can still have one extra like combatant with you. Okay, that was. Hang on, I'm gonna turn off. I'm gonna turn off like a double team, so that way I don't. Yeah, so that way Kai doesn't waste time with that move if they are like literally right behind. Unfortunately, they did get left behind slightly. You gotta bait Masquerain under speed. Oh, darn it. No, I should still be fine. Just being the dust all over. Alright. Stairs are right there. It's a little funny seeing stone stairs in a cloud tower. No, I mean, it would be kind of cool to see, like, you know, different stair designs, like, I mean, for the case of an Explorers remake, because it would be kind of cool to see, like, design-wise. Okay, 2 items that way. Okay, under trap, not really what I would have liked. I've already been hungry before. I at least have 2 big apples. So we should be able to fill up to 100%. Okay, free flinch, and they're gone. Alright, let's keep going higher and higher. 9. gotta bait Duskull out, because I wasn't sure if they had like a Shadow Sneak, because that goes through the corners. Okay, doing good. No stairs yet, and there's one more item on this floor. Oof, walked into that one. Which is good that I didn't get poisoned by the wheezing. Okay, I'll just let him sleep. Okay, here's the stairs. Okay, a big giant room. Let's see what this is. Roll call. Discharge. Bring your money. Okay, there's a sparkling floor. Let's see what that means. Trap bust. So that'll pretty much just destroy any traps on a floor I'm on. Okay, a slow orb. That can come in handy with Rayquaza, mainly just to slow them down slightly. Alright, let's move on. I think at 10 hunger I'll use a big apple. Alright, yep. Now it's time to use a big apple. Yep. Filling and tasty. Okay, no stairs over here, so it should be down or to the left. Let's check down. Right, there we go. Guessed right. Alright, let's go up. Alright, sunny weather, which means I'm not gonna be able to use that much waterfall power. Even though these Solroks and Lunatones are weak. So yeah, Discharge's reach is pretty crazy, like, go for hitting everything in a room and also doing corridors, because it has a good reach. Alright, Dark type stab for the win. Yeah, the double move chance is really crazy. Oh, it's raining now. And I think what Cloudy does is like does an accuracy drop. Oh, never mind. It is. Oh, never mind. There is like there's a chance for hail to happen, but sandstorms not possible. But hails, yeah. You gotta hoof it. You gotta hoof it. If it's gonna be hailing. Just gotta find those stairs fast. Kai's out of power points, and so am I. So I'm gonna have to burn two max ethers. Waterfall. Which is, does mean needing to burn two turns in the halo. Alright, let's keep going. No stairs yet. And I think the only one that could be prove to be bothersome is a Flygon. Since I think they're possible to find in this place. And they're ground dragon, which means I cannot use discharge on them. But they will die pretty much to Ice Fang. Right, there we go, no more hail. Okay, I was gonna say unless it did another hail room right after leaving one. Darn hunger traps. Alright, we got Alteria's now. Flying dragons, which means quadruple reek. Okay, let's move up so that way they get baited in. Alright, there we go. Okay, get a max ether to replenish the ones I'm losing. Okay, don't need to be attacking them. Let's keep going. Alright, another monster house to the right. Yeah, discharge is really like, it's really like putting in work here, even without steamroll. So let's chance out another monster house destruction. Let's first bait the dust fall over because I'd rather not get cursed. Is gone. Okay, it's a little bit odd seeing Lydians here. Doing the weak bug types. Okay, another slow orb. Now, something that can happen, which is pretty mean, is like having a monster house like right before the. It's having a monster house right before the stairs, because it can happen. All right, discharge time. Alright, good. Psycho Cut managed to reach across. I need to refresh that's a bit bad, because that literally deletes any statuses. Okay. Another big apple. Let's pick that up after using a max ether. Oh, apparently Kaido said to pick up a regular apple. So let's eat that up. Pick that up, and let's use a max ether on myself for those all those ice fang burns. Okay, no stairs. They should be this way then. Okay, here it is. Alright, we're definitely making good track here. Alright, stairs are down there. And we're over there. Oh, another big apple. Yeah, let's just fully indulge ourselves in extra food. Even though I'm already, like, you know, even though I'm already completely full. Hey, money, ether. Okay, let's fully max out discharge. Alright, let's speed walk to the stairs. Let's go down this way. Get a little money. A little more. Really, rock pots, that's gonna be a bit scary. Thankfully, they lined up perfectly for me. Even though I had to eat a rock slide. Okay, let's take the Alteria out of the tunnel. I definitely should have like replaced something else to have an Oron Berry like as an emergency. Oh well, wait. Sparkling floor, regular reviver seed. I think I gotta do away with the max ethers. Because having extra reviver seeds are handy, even if it is not a tiny. Okay. Okay, here's the stairs. Keep going. A little scratch. Of course, all the discharges makes it like hard to like. Oh wait, okay. I guess I was wrong. I guess all the types of weather can happen in Sky Tower. Oh shoot! Not a blast trap. And I really gotta find the stairs. Blast trap is nasty. Unfortunately, I'm in trouble because yeah, Sandstorm is making him like completely invulnerable. And you think all the rock types like increased defense. Okay, here's the stairs. Another big apple. Let's fill up our belly and leave. Great rain. Thankfully not another disaster. And hopefully I don't get a wide room attacked, wide room or range attacked, well, as we're healing ourselves off from the sandstorm. Petrification. And let's take it as an emergency. Or for future use. Yeah, having a room clear move is really handy. Of course, it'll make recruitments a headache unless you turn it off. Alright, good, then I'm leaving now. Funny how it goes from rain to sandstorm, like, how does that even work? Paralysis immunity, paralysis curing. Potential. Yeah, it's potential right there. Just gotta keep using up my ethers. Jeez, why I have so many? I mean, these have picked up a lot. Dust clots. Gotta be careful though, because pressure means 2 power points used for each one. Alright, another slow orb. Alright, Scissor's a bit scary considering, like, we don't have a fire type on hand, fire type or fire move on hand, but then you're gonna be able to struggle with them a bit. Yeah, I think I definitely might need to be using, thankfully when you use a move again, you don't have to, like, use another, you don't burn the power points again. It's only once. Ooh, good, an all power up. He will use it on Kai because they did burn a lot of pressures. Well, all power up is definitely gonna come in handy for Rayquaza. Scissor's not moving. You know, it's a bit worried they might want to quick attack me. Hey, Venomoth, wipe. Okay, I guess you can't recruit anybody, like, on your first run of Sky Tower. I mean, it won't deter me from clearing, from being Rayquaza, even if it's just gonna be 3 versus 1. Okay, another orb, let's see what this is. Another foe hold. Ooh, Silverwind, that's painful. Unfortunately, I got the mass boost. And the assholes now also have to die at this point. Okay, hopefully Asshole can take care of them. There we go. Psycho is missing a lot, so that's why we're taking so much damage. And I think I should also use an Oran Berry on myself, just in case we run into another Silverwind Venomoth. Alright, let's keep going. Max Seeds are good on discharge use. Hey, training tile. Alright, good so far. Just need to keep maneuvering around this cloud place. Alright, stairs. There's one item left here. Oof, Silverwind. Better lure the Venomoth. Okay, at least type formation is still like functional, even if it is just 3 Pokemon. Right in front of us, too. Okay, confusion. Thankfully, I didn't get confused to, like, attack sporadically. Oh, Aerodactyl. Force of pressure, that means all my attacks are gonna cost 2 power points instead of 1. Damn, burned. And I don't have raw berries on hand. No, I do. Yeah, I think I'll have it. Okay, here's the stairs. Okay, there's one more item to the right. Let's check it out. After beating Aerodactyl, of course. Oh, never mind. Like, I was gonna bait him and then hit him with Waterfall, but Kai just took care of it with the crazy discharge. Okay, Spike Trap. Not that deadly, at least. I know for sure my Waterfall points are down. Okay, let's keep going. 3 items, and the stairs are right here, too. Alright, Pngtuber. Now I have an option. Now I have an answer for poison. Okay, one more item to the right. Let's see what it is. Or not, because apparently I'll just decide to say, like, leave now. Okay, let's leave. Alright, 425. Ah, great. Into one damaging weather into another. One damaging weather into another. Now we gotta find those stairs pronto. Ah, fudge, Sam. Fudge another. Fudge a Silverwing Venomoth. Not. They fired off once, but it's still pretty big chip damage. Okay, full hold. Tropius. A bit bad if I get run over with a grass type move from them. More Aerodactyls. Oh come on, could it have not been this weather again? Okay, it's the final Max Ether. Oh boy, where's the stairs? Thank God. Get me out of here. Alright, we reached the peak. They haven't updated this music for Pokéworld, but if you've only played like Mystery Dungeon, you actually realize that this theme is actually reminiscent of the dream. Making you think that the dream is coming to an end right now. I don't need all these orbs, especially ones that only work temporarily on the boss. Now let's see my item lineup. Alright, I think 2 Oran Berries and one more, yeah, 2 Oran and one more, yeah, 2 Oran and one more Tiny Reviver should do it. Yep, 6 of each. And Max Ethers I'm fine with. Alright. Time to move on. Yep, we're approaching the summit. Okay, thankfully the Venomoth was not being Silverwing spamming. Okay. Here's the stairs. Let's try and get some last minute items. Alright, let's keep going higher and higher. Alright, another pressure shooter. Let's head this way. Okay, poison. Not sure what that's gonna be good for. Alright, Weatherlock can be convenient because it'll pretty much just help me out if the weather turns bad. Like that. Flygons. There we go. Oh jeez, that hurt. And Flygons are nasty pieces of work here. Yeah, that damage is scary, especially when I realized that they also too have, when they also too got, like, I didn't realize they have Hyper Beam, but, yeah. Those are definitely scary. Off like Salamence. Like Salamances are possible to find at the summit. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, the Hyper Beams are killing us here. I have to be using Zoran Berries. Okay, hopefully quick attack can kill it. There we go. I really have to be careful with Agility's by Aerodactyl, because they'll pretty much, like, benefit the whole room. Like, if there are enemies in there, they will get the benefits to a double speed. I really need to find like, any berries or orts that could, make back all that I've lost against those Hyper Beam spammers. Like, jeez Louise, that was rough. Yeah, how many do I have left after all that munching? Only 2. Ugh, that's bad. I do have Reviver Seeds. Just wish I didn't need to burn them all against those Flygons. Okay, Nullify. Okay, that's an that locks out ability use. Which I don't think it's gonna be like that important for the boss, because Rayquaza's move it's just weather nullification. Thank God this Flygon did not decide to Hyper Beam in the tunnel. Oh boy. Back up, back up. Bait. Ice Fang to death. Take the bait. Another orb. Petrify. I definitely could have been using those against, like, oh wait, I couldn't, because, like, I literally, like, put them in storage. Alright, we should be approaching the end of Sky Tower in a bit. Uh-oh. Alright, petrify them. So they can't act until I hurt them. I don't want to be dealing with Hyper Beam nonsense. Oh, thank God I did not land on that sleep trap. If I had, I would have been in trouble. Take the bait. And get munched. And we have Metagrosses, like, here as well. And that means they can't get her by ground type moves, but I don't have ground attacks. Here, that came out of nowhere. Thankfully taken care of. Salamence right behind us. But Kai and Apple should handle that. Yep. Fully handled. Okay, another slow trap. Yeah, let's top off discharge. Alright, let's keep going. Alright, just gonna try and bait him to attack. Nope. Alright, another slow orb. Alright, there's a Claydol behind us. Thankfully, double super effective won the day. Hey, there we go. I was all like, take the bait. Oh, what? I missed. Thankfully, it was enough. Okay, let's see now. Oh, jeez, Claydol has Hyper Beam. Damn. Really gotta be using Goron Fairies for beam attacks. Yeah, die, Claydol. And there's a sleeping Claydol right there. Now let's move on. Okay, a tiny reviver seed, good. Ow. Cosmic power did make the Claydols more resistant to damage. Okay, I don't see stairs. Alright, here's stairs. Alright, we've made it to the end. 34 floors, that is long. Yep, we made it to the top. Yep, Rayquaza's like, being a bit angry right now. We can't leave. We need their help. Oh boy, and unfortunately they're not willing to listen to reason. Yep. It's time to face off against Master of the Skies. This music's changed too. We know how to fully prepare ourselves. Assign double team. Let's power up. Alright, they're paralyzed. Now I need slow orb. Let's use quick orb. And let's begin to walk up close to them. So I can really lay on the smack. But unfortunately, yep. You got something like Groudon. Everyone will be shuffled, and if you're in the path of the wind, you're gonna get launched. Oh, jeez. About the path of the whirlwind. Oh boy. I'm gonna give the kind of war on Barry, because right now they're being our major damage dealer right now. We're out of speed now. So we'll slow down Rayquaza. But yeah, unfortunately it's only good for one turn. We did it! Yeah, let me tell you, if I'd taken a little bit more Hyper Beams, I would have been in trouble. Oh, jeez. Quite unfortunate for all that fighting. The mirror's even closer now. Yep, now that we're higher, that's definitely a lot more closer to our person. Yep. Yep, thanks to all the fighting, it's now like too close for us. Dang it, like doesn't matter, like we need to save the world at this point. Yeah, but the after, yep, we're gonna get blown away at this point, and oh boy, we have. We've done it, haven't we? This definitely does not look like a dream. It's Gengar. Can't do anything at this point. We're pretty much just exhausted. Wait. Ingar saved us? Yeah, we're back at the hill. Yeah. We have done it. It looks like the world's gonna be healed. And yeah, that question's if you bring in a partner, Poke. Bring in like a teammate. And yeah, thankfully that's all safe and sound. Yep, we have done it. It's gonna take a while, but the world is no longer in peril. But unfortunately, this means that our role is over. Yep. Here's Gardevoir. Yep. Our role has been finished. Now time to say goodbye to everybody. Yep. Mary's gonna bear witness. Kai and everyone, I'm sorry, but I have to leave. Everyone, thank you for everything over all this time. My role as a Pokemon has ended. Now to return to the human world. Yes, you will always be my friend, Kai. I will never forget you. I'm lucky to have met you. I'm so very sorry. This is goodbye. Here we go. Unfortunately, everybody's sad. Apparently Kai understood. Yep. Just entering into the stars now. Your friend is heartbroken. A true friend, a friend for life. You finally realize it now. If you wish, and wish very strongly, perhaps you will meet again. Yep, and we hit it off with the staff credits. Man, while I haven't played the original, the remake definitely fixes some of the issues up that I had. Though it does make things somewhat broken, like rare qualities, because let me tell you, some of them are really, really stupid, but the story, whew, man. I know it definitely got changed up, like, you know, for sequels and stuff, but you can't beat the original story, like, you know, just being so thought-provoking, like, you know, really, like, you know, just making it out of this world, having to be fugitives for a bit to discover the truth, literally fighting off against forces of nature to save the planet, and literally like going all in for the meteor up at the top. And thankfully, like to show that not everybody that's bad is like completely bad. Like Gengar, like at first he was a nuisance, but I don't know, something happened to make him mellow out. Like into not going through the Dream Eater and actually like helping us out after the meteor explosion. And boy, let me tell you, there were some parts of the story of the gameplay that were kind of scary, like Oddity Cave, Blaze, Mount Blaze for the first visit, in the cavern, and then Sky Pillar for those random weather effects and like Flygons. Like seriously, I can't believe they definitely made the right call to pack a lot of Oron berries, because Jesus Christ, they were eating through them like crazy. And then Rayquaza, thankfully they didn't use more than Hyper Beam a lot, and they used Hyper Beam a lot because Extreme Speed would be detrimental if I was still recovering from a Hyper Beam. And of course, you can sort of avoid Hyper Beams if you just don't stay in the middle. But of course, the wind blowing can also too like affect you badly. And I think my favorite part of this, it would have to be like I would say like Sky Pillar, because like the music really does signify, like, you know, how this is like literally the end right here, especially when you reach the summit, because when it matches the dream, you can literally feel the end incoming. Which I did think similar in Explorers, because in the final story dungeon in the second half, like you literally hear like a clock ticking, to sort of signify with the theme of time. Yeah, again, I really do want them to like to make an Explorers remake. And especially considering, like, you know, Legend Z8 coming out with all those Mega Pokemon, like I really do want to see how they function in an Explorers game, because what the Empower Seed does, it lets you like a Mega Evolve Pokemon have the potential to do so before Z8. Like, for example, I could have brought in Mega Absol, but unfortunately, like, it wouldn't work for me or Kai, because this game came out before Mega Raichu and for Alligator. So using it is kind of finicky. since you get hit with a status effect, it removes your empowered status. Now, some things that haven't changed that I sort of didn't like is basic attacks because, like, while the PowerPoint drinks do help out with needing to use a move all the time, like, there's something satisfying about using basic attacks to, like, you know, save on PowerPoints and getting rid of enemies, like, quickly. Even though it is, like, uber weak. So, if you level up, like, you can actually just use it to clean up, like, low-level mystery dungeons. Yeah, really good process in them for this remake altogether. And I really do want them to, like, remake Explorers, because, dang it, that's the second best, like, I mean, that one, like, improved on the original. And it's honestly, like, really the biggest, like, source of drawbacks, because there's, like, a lot that, like, you know, adds in Pokemon, changes up the story, like, and all good, and all like, other good stuff hacks do. Yep, we reached the end of the credits. I don't want to leave. I want to stay longer. With my invaluable, irreplaceable friend. Yep, we aren't leaving. We're sticking with Kai. Yep, that is the end. The story of Cyan and Kai ends here. But PRU isn't done yet. There are many rescues to be done. A new adventure begins. And yep, we now got legendary Pokemon on the horizon. Yep, since we finished that up, now we have Ground and Rayquaza's emblems. And yep. Here's the post-game. Yep. Thankfully, they're not being as frequent, so now we don't have to worry about a deadline. Deadline to doing our rescues. Yeah, even though now we don't have to worry about anything, we still got rescues to do. Yep, there's the world map. We haven't explored the left side, which is more or less the post-game area. What's this? Wonder what that means. Oh, I think I know what happened. Yep, they evolved. I went to a cave. Yep. Yep, now we unlock the evolution, the ability to evolve. Where before it's not possible. Of course, I won't be evolving my starters because my starter and partner because something unfortunate does happen. Is because it's like they lose the accessories on hand. Though of course, like there are some that I can maybe want to evolve if I can't recruit their evolutions. And some they don't evolve straight away with leveling. Sometimes you need to get items. Well, we can check out the cave at least. Yep, the luminous cave. Now, before evolution was a bit finicky, cause like sometimes you need to get like, you know, held items like Thunderstone, like you need to get evolution stones or link box, but this game kind of simplifies things where you only need to find evolution crystals. Of course, to get evolution crystals first, you need to go like, you know, like really deep into the post-game stuff. Yeah, we'll just do here to explore it. Yeah, that's something important, especially with the game auto-saving. You don't wanna mess yourself up like and then having to redo the story all over again. Yep, looks like the jump up duo's leaving. Let's chat up with everyone now that we saved everything. Let's do a double. Let's do some buying. We have enough for 2 houses. Oh, we can make Final Island. Yeah, let's grab that. Now, can't that only have, like, you know, very little spots, like 1 to 3? Those are pretty much reserved for legendaries. And let's take Evolution Forest. Alright, and we have no more money. No more money to be buying. Nope. Alright, let's chat with Gulpin. Oh, now I can learn moves from... Now I can learn moves from, Gulpin. Alright, let's empty out our treasure bag. Alright, let's grab up our apples. Oh man, what a journey that has been. Yeah, back to packing lightly. Now we don't have to worry about the story anymore. Let's see what's in the shop today. Meh. A bunch of max eaters though, that's kind of surprising. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's now check out the job board now that we've fully finished off the story here. Flame Charge is pretty handy because, like, not only is it damage dealing, also too does a speed boost. Alright, let's check out the job board. I mean, it would be kind of funny for Golem, because, like, well, it would literally be a rock just falling through the clouds. But then again, there have been Aerodactyls. Anyways, now at the job board, we got really big jobs here. Yep, Magma Cutter and Sky Tower jobs have appeared with some pretty hefty requirements here. Let's wanted to check up on Diglett here. It's a bit weird. Anyways, yep. Here's Articuno, like, telling us now he can like re-challenge. Now he can like meet up with the legendary birds again. And now we have some post-game maps open. Waterfall Pond, Remains Island, Desert Region, Southern Cavern, Wyvern Hill, Dark Knight Relic, Grand Sea, and also these extra dungeons right here. Yep, as you can see from the description there, map can't check. That means if you go into it, you will not be able to see available items or enemies. You will be basically flying blind like the original game. And anyways, yep. Now the versus icon here, that means if you that you can go back to that location, you can refight the end game boss. You can refight the boss at the end of the dungeon. And yep, there's the rematches. You could do, yep, the three birds, Groudon, and Rayquaza. But here's something you really be careful about for Groudon and Rayquaza. If you challenge them, they will both go under Primal Reversion and Mega Evolve, which means their moves become way more deadly and have a more crazy ability. Like for example, Groudon, he'll make water type moves useless. Now then, before I actually like go through that, but yeah. And some of these extra dungeons can be crazy. Like, yeah, Southern Cavern, 50 floors. So yeah, let's just do a jump through Uproar Forest to get ourselves more jobs before doing some rematches. Okay, that's a monster house. Thankfully, with Discharge, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So I have a disadvantage. At least I can still like do a big bang attack. Ah, darn, I got sealed. I'm gonna have to let him die now because of, well, yeah. And that's the awakened status. Yep. You really ought to be careful of awakened status, because they can really destroy your, like, they can really hurt your run if they get in your way. Yeah. Especially if the one that got awakened has Razor Wing. I really gotta be careful with that. Okay, Sleep Trap Dodge. PowerPoint Leech Trap, that's bad. Oh, there goes my brick. There goes Brick Break. And what else did I lose? Oh, great, my waterfall died. Okay, let's move on. Okay, there's a fainted Hoot. I mean, knocked owl. And there is a there's a tiny apple I could feed to them. Now let's feed it to them. Man, Torment's kind of bad, like, if it takes away your room clear move. Let's feed him a tiny apple. Okay, and I haven't recruited them yet, so good. And I will turn off double team since there's no need to do that right now. Okay, a band, Joy Ribbon. Take the bait. Yep, boss game is more or less just like, you know, free form exploration, like recruit everything you haven't recruited yet, fight all the legendaries and recruit them to your team. Though originally, like, recruiting legendaries was kind of a headache, because not only was the recruitment rate like normally low, you can only like do so if you're at, like, since the recruitment rate was low, you can only recruit them if you're at a high enough level, and if you've somehow gotten, like, and if you're lucky enough to be it, like, some of them are even negative. The recruitment rate for some of it are negative. And you can beat that by either being at a high enough level, or using, or equipping something called a friend bow, which naturally increases your chances of recruitment. Thank God that missed. Alright. Let's find them and get out of here. See, I only did this just that way I could refresh those job offers. And I'll call it off, like, you know, not yet, but pretty soon. Yeah, the story was more or less the major highlight for me. And definitely I need to get some money for the last couple of for the last couple of camps left. But yeah, oh boy, the end game, like the post-story dungeons, they do not play around. You definitely want to have, like, levels, items, and various team members. Since you're no longer locked in for, like, using yourself and your partner. And of course, there are some like post-story bits that you do have to get normally by just clearing out dungeons. And increasing your rank too, because, like, there's a rank above Platinum. Alright. Quest for Eye Cave, let's check out the rest. Oh! If it's Magem, we haven't seen them in a while. Let's talk to Lombre about it. dungeon and see. Now, something that was a bit of a headache, like, back then is that, like, you would need to get, like, a hidden machine moves if you wanted to access, like, some post-game stuff, like, out of the sea, you would need, like, a surf or dive, and for the case of Sky Tower rematch, you need to have fly. But thankfully, this game does not have, like, a move requirements. Alright, Stormy Sea. Okay, let's empty out our coffers. Whoops, didn't mean to sort all, I meant to just do it normally. Oh well. Everyone's kind of funky. We have 1 and 11. Oh, it's supposed to be third. Wait. Oh, I don't have my Orons. I just realized that. Hang on, gotta get my Orons out of storage. Because I forgot I've eaten them all. Anyways. Yep. It's a bit funny having Lucario, like, reference stuff, like, before Generation 4. But then again, he was introduced early from the movie. Anyways, let's check out the job board, because, yep. Basically down to business to checking in, like, improving. Let's see. Okay, some new jobs for the new dungeons. Wyvern Hill, Howling Forest, and of course their rankings are big. And here's a special mission, Smeargle's Desperate Plea. Okay, so they became lost. And yeah, it's another mystery dungeon. Yep, over there's Howling Forest and Stormy Sea. There's some new areas too, like Solar Cave, and that's it. And Stormy Sea is also too kind of hefty, 40 floors. I'm debating if I want to go to Howling Forest right away. I think I'll hold that off. Let's instead clean up Thunderwave Cave of requests, so I can really like grab onto those big higher level stuff. And of course, auto mode actually becomes like a pretty handy for the late game, because you can actually like direct yourself like where you want to go. Especially if you did auto mode as like somebody has a room clear move, because it'll automatically do it as soon as like as soon as an enemy wanders in. And there's a bow toy, but I already have one, so no need to give it food. And I will be recruiting for some extra cash. Though I won't burn like I won't burn food on those that are already like recruited. If I find a tiny apple, then possibly. Yes, move on. Okay, Shroomish is right there by the stairs. But yeah, it is really funny just like, you know, revisiting the old places after you've already been like so overpowered. And after you're right now overpowered. I mean, it does come in handy, like, if you have some special, like, rewards. Like, for early dungeons. Okay. Alright, that should be the second job. Okay, let's pick up a rock. Whew, man. Totally feeling it. Alright, let's leave. Only 2 recruits, but at least 400 Poke. Okay, a fairy type TM. Actually, no way, I think I'm probably only get roughly 300 out of it. Yeah, about 300. Okay. Bird quality. That could be potentially good if I enter in a new dungeon. And just decide to, like, spam out the, like, and try and, like, recruit as many rare qualities as I want. I think we'll actually, like, Derp. I mean, a request from Pikachu. Yeah, I think I'll help out Smeargle and wrap it off for today. Sky Tower, Waterfall. Yep, all these for the new locations. But of course, like, you know, with that many floors, it's gonna be a bit scary going through it. Especially when I lack one vital move for Pikachu to learn, and that is agility. Really handy move. Really handy move, like, on your person. I wonder what guys say about Stormy Sea. Ah, this ain't a go. Not yet. We'll instead, like, help out that Smeargle. 15 floors, but of course we are gonna fly in blind here. Alright, into the Howling Forest we go. And yep, as you see with the map here, we are now fully blind. So extra care in making sure you don't get absolutely creamed. And yeah, this is how it was originally too, like, you literally cannot see anything until you actually enter in the room. Wow, some late game execute. Okay, that was a PowerPoint down trap, thank god I dodged. Okay, no stairs, it should be in the center, I guess. Oh, never mind. Alright, a couple floors left. Let's go right, chop this Whismer. Alright, they could come with us, and they also have Food Finder. Alright, Kai's the only one left that's not level 38. Okay, random Spoink. Speaking of Spoink's another one. And let me tell you, like, some of the late game dungeons can be pretty tedious. Like, there's some that are like 99 floors. So you really need to, like, have your A game ready. Hey, good that Psycho Cook can, cut through, can literally go through walls. I mean, you can go diagonally. Okay, I haven't recruited this point yet. Jesus, the Hound are hefty and pretty tough. They lift through a waterfall. Alright, everybody's level 38. Oh, Jesus, it's gonna hurt. Ow. Okay, funnel fun. There we go, now I can heal up a little bit more faster in the tunnels. Okay, and a big point. Kai sealing the deal. Okay, Oron Berry's good, because, yeah. Now these dungeons are definitely gonna need those a lot more frequently. And Whismer. Hopefully taking care of my kind. And thanks to Food Finder, we're now finding food a lot more easily, like big apples. Big apples and small apples. No stairs. Now there is a way to sort of like see again if you're able to find like if you're able to find something called like X-ray specs, you can see items on the floor. Like even if the game doesn't show it to you. Let's go eat discharge uproar hour. No stairs yet. They're being elusive. Okay, here they are. Okay, nothing. Let's move on. Okay, 11 floors away from our destination. I'm glad these items here were not a monster house. Okay, surprise point. Can recruit. Nope. Okay, here's the stairs. Whew, glad I attacked in front, otherwise I would have lost points. Let's just skirt around the side. Yeah, I know I'm missing items, like, just gonna do this to, like, gonna be doing this to, like, to save Smeargle. Yeah, having the map blind really makes you, like, really makes you think about where you want to go. Whoops. Okay, glad I didn't get poisoned by rushing ahead of everybody. Getting poisoned would have sucked. Alright, come on, can I reach some money? Thank you. Alright, 1/5 of the way now. A lot of money on this floor. Tiny apples are definitely gonna come in handy for, like, any food eating. There we go, got this point recruited. Nowhere quality, though. Oh well. I'm definitely doing major damage. Okay, stairs are right here. I'll let Kai move in to use discharge. Okay, they're gonna fully heal. Okay, unfortunate I didn't get to find another max deter. Do it. Alright, floor 7. No stairs. Alright. Let's move down. Okay, here's stairs. Okay, there's a max deter replacement. Now band is nullify. Okay, there's a fainted Murkrow. I think I'll recruit them, because I do have a lot of tiny apples. And I don't think I've recruited one yet. And of course I have to find them, because the map is hidden. Whoops. Pushed. Alright, I got an embargo. So that means I can't be using items. Okay, there's... Alright, they're up here. Alright, let's give him a tiny apple. I've already recruited them, but I'll bring him along for some extra... For some extra money after the mission. He's gonna bait him over. Yeah, this charge is just utterly busted. Oh, why'd I go down? Okay, thankfully it was a hunger trap and not a PowerPoint trap. Okay, wow, the stairs are all the way in the center. Ow. This flat spike trap. Alright, 5 floors to go. Oh, it's an Armaldo, and they're right next to the stairs, too. The magic coat's pretty much a reflection for special moves. Okay, Oron stun. The way the move is, I think they're down? No, maybe it's the next room over. Ow. I'm gonna beat the Whismer over. And the rest... He still haven't found the room with Armaldo. Oh darn, I'm confused. There we go. I'm gonna let Axel handle us all. Oh great, double confusion, just what we need. Damn it, of course I had to walk over dizzily. Oh my god, a stupid... Oh my god, stupid... Stupid swaggering garbage, oh my goodness. Switch, oh my goodness. That took way more longer than expected, along with way too many resources lost. You know, confusion can frickin' suck if you're not can frickin' suck if you're not careful. Like, yeah, I'm down to 1 reviver seed now. Thanks to all that stupid nonsense. Yeah, I finally made it to the floor that has. You finally made it to the floor that has. You finally made it to the floor that has. I made it to the floor that has Armaldo. Bruh. Nope. will beat it up as it's awakened. Okay, let's beat him up. Alright, let's feed on Maldo. Oh, darn it, I can't actually get them because I lack Treasure C. Oh well. Yeah, so unfortunately I'll just be getting money from them because I don't have a Wigglytuff orb to quick buy where they were. I'm gonna quick buy the cat they want to do. Uh-oh. Summon trap. So now I got an enemy surprise attack. Hopefully discharge should alleviate some of the pain. Yeah, right there. Let's karate chop. Yeah, summon traps can be dangerous if you're by yourself because they pretty much just act like a mini monster house. Alright, I have no more waterfall, so we should alleviate that. Yeah, I don't think there's anything better than waterfall. Uh-oh. And yep, that's that thing I gotta be worrying about. Like, if there's enemies behind you, you will not be able to tell. Worm pit's been taken care of. Okay, good that there was an extra item. If there was, it would have been Monster House territory. Okay, we are getting close to the end. Just need a couple more floors to go. Let's see a regular apple. Didn't want to leave Murkrow at the mercy. Okay, here's stairs. Oh, it's statues and items. It wasn't, not special moves. Okay. Some items. Okay. Ready to move on. Okay, 2 more floors. Oh, it's just a hoot. Why not? I'm already fully loaded on tiny apples. May as well do some goodwill. They come back with steamroll. I'll get rid of Poochyena to get a little bit of extra money. Jeez, Kai's burning through those discharges like crazy. But I mean, it's pretty handy. So thank God for those power drinks. Hey, mass karate chop. Nope, I'm already full. I don't have a Grumpig. So we're gonna have to say goodbye to Murkrow. Well, I could have said goodbye to Armaldo. Oh well. Oops. Didn't mean to shove. Thankfully didn't matter too much. Glowing floor. 3 iron. Okay, that's a poison trap. Or just guarantees poison on your person. Right? 1 more floor till we reach floor 15. Oh, darn it, I'm confused. handle the pig, Kai. Thank you. Hey, I was like, please don't last too long, confusion, because I actually need to move proper. Okay, let's get moving. Alright, here's the stairs. Alright, let's wrap up the mission. And there's Smeargle. Yep, we've cleared the Howling Forest. Alright, let's keep the Funnel Fun Whismer. Take Spoink. Yep, no save for Armaldo, unfortunately. Alright, and Grumpix stays too. Guess I do need to grab Treasure Seed. Anyways. You don't see what made him run away. Oh, more of them. Wait, what is this all about? Yeah, it's a little bit funny for this specific Smeargle to not be like, you know, to not be wanting like a this and yep, apparently they decided to recruit us to self-recruit. And yeah, that's a little bit funny there. And here's a cool thing that Smeargle can do for us. Yep, we can now have our flag painted. And thankfully you don't need to like have it in your party. You just like head to the flag and interact with it. So let's check it out before we wrap off today. But yeah, ooh boy, on everything that's gone down here. Defeating Groudon, Rayquaza, saving the world, and also getting an artist for our team. I mean, now let's see what designs are available. Yep, here's our designs. Checker flag. And here's a cool thing, like, the first design is based on your like your character selection. It's different for each different for each Pokemon that you pick. But I think we're gonna go with the blue Pokeball here. And yeah, thankfully you can repaint it like whenever you want. Yep. And we will call it here. Ooh boy, what a journey that has been. And apparently we're not even done with the whole game yet, mainly because of the post game. But yeah, that is the story fully done. And man, what a journey that has been though, because I was pretty worried in the Magma Cavern, because Groudon is one scary eye right there. I was really lucky with Steamroll there, not gonna lie. But anyways, that will be all for me, like, for today. On Thursday, we'll be visiting, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Pretty much like one of the first 4 ways that like Sonic decides to go like racing and crossover with some other Sega characters. Even though it's already done so before, like Sonic Riders. But All-Stars takes up a little bit more where you have to get courses based on other Sega IPs, which I really do hope that they do it for the next Sonic Racing game, because Crossroads is good and all, but we really need more like of that IP-ness of different stages all about it. Anyways, that'll be it for me. Like, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye!